In this video, I will show you how to add Google Maps to your WordPress website quickly and easily. With this, you will also be able to add any locations that you might want to add. You can add one location, which might be your business or something like this, or you can also add multiple locations. The first thing that we need to do is open up Elfsight. This is the tool that we will be using to build the widget, and I've linked it in the description below. Go ahead and click on that link, and it will take you straight over to this page. This link also ensures that everything connects properly when we embed it. From here, just enter your email into this box to sign up for free, and then on this next page, create your password. Just like that, we are signed up and ready to go. So once we are signed up to Elfsight, we have access to all of the widgets that Elfsight have available. So we can scroll through, we can see there are a bunch of these. So you might even want to play around with a few once we have the Google Maps added. But to add the Google Maps, we just want to scroll up, and right at the top of the page, we can see we have this bar right here that says search widgets. So we just want to go ahead and click into this, and then we can search for Google. And right here, we can see we have the Google Maps widget. So we can go ahead and click into this. And in here, we can now choose the template that we would like to start with. We have multiple locations, we have a single location template, we have a styled map, which is like black and white, we have a dark map, we have like this infrastructure one right here, this one that's going to point out different countries, and then one that we can create a route on. Now, the template is just kind of the foundation. These are all customizable the exact same, but in my example, I'm just going to go for a single location, and then we can click continue with this template. Once your template has been selected, we now need to link this up to your Google Maps platform by entering in your API key. Now, to get your API key, there's two ways of doing this, and this depends if you have a Google Cloud account. So what we want to do is click into Create API Key. It's then going to take us over to the Google Maps platform. So if we click right here on create an account, it's either going to get you to create an account, which I will show you how to do in a second. But if it already takes you through to an account like this, then all you need to do to grab your Google API key is go up to keys and credentials over here on this left-hand side. And then all we are going to do is click create credentials right here. We can then click on API key. And just like this, it's now creating an API key. So after a few seconds, this will go ahead and create. And then all we need to do is take your API key, copy this to clipboard, go back over to Elfsight, paste in your API key, and click on apply. So that is if you already have a Google Maps account. Alternatively, what might happen if we click on create API key, and then we click create an account. If you don't have an account, it's going to ask you to create a Google Cloud account. So we can just go through, we can accept the terms of service. It's then going to ask us a few questions, but we can just skip these. And then we click finish account setup. It's then going to take us through to Google Maps, which is a similar area to what we saw. We need to fill out some account information first. It's then going to ask us to connect up some kind of payment information verification. As Google say right here, there's no charge to try Google Maps, and you won't be charged until you manually upgrade to a paid account. This is essentially for fraud prevention. So we can just go ahead and click on start for free. You can add a payment method if you need to. So this is now authorizing. Once again, with these questions, we can go ahead and just skip these. And now we are automatically going to be given an API key when we get on the platform. So either way, no matter which way you obtained the API key, we just want to go in here and paste that API key in and click on apply. If you have a new account as well, something very important that I will add here is you just want to make sure that we go through this full process. So just click and go to Google Maps platform. We need to do this, otherwise the map won't load properly. This is just if you have a new account. With protect your API key, just click on maybe later. And then this is now fully enabled. We have this set up, so the map is going to work. As I say, either way, no matter how you did this, your API key should now be entered, and we should now be on this page. What we can now do is we can add in the content to this. So this is where we can add in the different locations if you want to add a location for your business. If you don't, you can just delete these. If you want to add or edit a location, we can just delete this right here. Let's manually add a location. And the way that we do this is we just want to open up Google Maps. It doesn't matter if you're logged into your account or not. We can just type in maps. And let's say that I want to add the shard. In London, this is going to be my address. So we just want to click into here and get this up. And then what we need is the coordinates. So we can right click on this. We have the coordinates right here. So we can copy these, go back over to Elfsight, paste this in, click on apply. And now you can see we have the shard in London. This is where the location is. So we can now add a name. Let's say the shard, just like that. We can add an icon to this if we would like. We can add a description where we can add like an image, an address, the website, phone number, email, and working hours. We can add all of that information. We can choose what happened when they click into this, and if this is going to have an animation, just like that. So that is how we can add in locations. We can then go to the map area and we can choose the map type. So is this going to be a satellite map? Is this going to be a hybrid map? Is this going to be terrain? Or is this going to be like the standard Google Maps layout? We can then go to localization and choose the distance between miles and kilometers. And I'm going to have to turn that bounce off because it's kind of annoying. Okay, so we can play around with these other things. We have like controls, so we can choose what people can do on this. We can choose if we want to unite locations into clusters, and all of these settings are just things that you want to play around with, just to get the map to look how you would like it to look. We can then go to the panel and choose if you want to have the display locations panel on, and then the appearance right here, we can go down and choose the color of this. Now, once we have this all set up and the map looks how we would like it to look, all we then have to do is click on publish in this top right corner. And Elfsight is now going to take us over to this area where we can choose a plan. Now, the plan that you go for depends on how many monthly website views you get. So you can see we have different plans corresponding to different amounts of website views. And we also have this free plan right here for if you have a smaller website or if you just want to test Elfsight out. Once you have chosen your plan, Elfsight is now going to take us over to this screen and it's going to give us a piece of code. And this code is what we use to embed the map onto your website. So all we need to do is click on copy code right here. Then you can go over to your WordPress website, of course, open up the editor on the page you want to add this map to, and then we just scroll down to whereabouts on the website you want to add this. Once we've found that location, we just click on this plus icon in the top left corner. In the search bar, we search for HTML, and then we just drag this custom HTML to where we want to have this on the website. Then we can click in and paste the code that we just copied. And now this is all set up. So in the editor, this is always going to show up as text. On the actual website, this will show up as the Google map and the text will disappear. So to show you this, we can click on save and then we can go to view site. And now if we scroll down, we can see the Google map has been added to our WordPress website.